the floor where they drop like bombs. Faceless voices running all the cons. Digital whispers in the binary night. No light, no face, pure sound, no sight. Stories unfold in the dark unscrolled. Echoes of silence, secrets untold. Waves crash loud in this audio cave. No mic, no fame, just the sound we crave. Tune and turn up, let the silence break. Raw, unfiltered, hear the earthquake. No mic needed, just a vibe that's real. Faceless words you can touch and feel. In shadows, voices untamed. No need for spotlight, no claim to fame. Just a beat of life in a stream of thought. Every word a punchline, no need to be taught. Just listen close, no visuals needed. Raw conversation, unprocessed, unseated. Feel the pulse in every sentence said. No distractions, just thoughts in your head. Whispers of the streets, rumbling through. Faceless yet vivid, a world in view. No mic, just souls, connecting in flow. Pure and raw, let the rhythm go.
Morris Swadesh was an American linguist 1909 to 1967 who specialized in comparative and historical linguistics. He is best known for developing glottochronology and lexicostatistics, methods to determine the relatedness and age of languages. His most famous contribution is the Swadesh list, a compilation of basic vocabulary used for cross-linguistic comparison. Thanks for reading No Mic Podcast Scribed by Facelesslingjutsu. Subscribe for free to receive new posts and support my work. Morris Swadesh was born in 1909 in Holyoke, Massachusetts, to Jewish immigrant parents from Bessarabia, a region where his parents were already multilingual. He grew up speaking Yiddish, some Russian, and English as his first languages, which likely fostered his early interest in linguistics. He pursued his higher education at the University of Chicago, where he completed both his bachelor's and master's degrees. During this time, he had the pivotal experience of studying under the renowned linguist Edward Sapir. Swadesh followed Sapir to Yale University, where he earned his Ph.D. in 1933, focusing his doctoral research on the structure of the Nootka language, now Nuuchtanulth. His academic excellence was recognized early when he was elected to Phi Beta Kappa in 1930 as an undergraduate at the University of Chicago, an honor society recognizing distinction in the liberal arts and sciences. His early career was marked by extensive field work, a passion ignited by Sapir's work on Native American languages. Throughout the 1930s, Swadesh conducted research on over 20 indigenous languages across Canada, Mexico, and the United States, with a particular focus on the now extinct Chitimacha language of Louisiana, for which his notes and publications remain the primary source of information. He also worked on languages like Menominee and Mohican, both part of the Algonquian family. 1932 with Edward Sapir, the expression of the ending point relation in English, French, and German. Language Monographs No. 10. 1933 The internal economy of the Nootka word, Ph.D. thesis. 1934 The phonemic principle, a language. Language. 1937 A method for phonetic accuracy and speed. American anthropologist. 1939 with Edward Sapir Nootka texts, tales and ethnologic narratives. From 1937 to 1939, Swadesh taught linguistics and anthropology at the University of Wisconsin in Madison. Here, he conceived and organized the innovative Oneida Language and Folklore Project, a WPA Works Progress Administration initiative that employed Oneida individuals to record and translate texts in their own language. In 1939, Swadesh moved to Mexico to assist the government of President Lázaro Cárdenas in promoting indigenous education. He immersed himself in the local culture, learning the Purépecha language and working with rural teachers in indigenous villages to establish literacy programs that prioritized native languages before Spanish. During World War II, he returned to the U.S. and contributed to military projects for the U.S. Army and the OSS, developing reference materials and textbooks for languages like Burmese, Chinese, Russian, and Spanish, demonstrating his remarkable ability to quickly grasp new languages. 1940 Orientaciones Lingüísticas para Maestros en Zonas Indígenas in Spanish. Mexico. 1940 Oñada.ga. Dilawagwe.ta Oneida Hymn Book in Oneida, with F. Lounsbury and O. R. Quequet. 1941 La Nueva Filología in Spanish. Mexico. 1944 How to Pick Up a Foreign Language. 1945 Talking Russian Before You Know It. 1945 The Words You Need in Burmese. 1948 Chinese in Your Pocket. Reprinted 1964 as Conversational Chinese for Beginners. Guggenheim Memorial Foundation Fellowship 1946 to 1948. After his wartime contributions, his significant research on the Nootka language and ethnology was further supported by a prestigious Guggenheim Memorial Foundation Fellowship from 1946 to 1948. After World War II, Morris Swadesh became a professor at the City College of New York. However, his academic career in the United States was significantly disrupted in 1949 when he was fired due to his membership in the Communist Party, a period coinciding with the McCarthy era. 1950 Salish Internal Relationships. International Journal of American Linguistics. 1951 Basic Vocabulary of Glottochronology Mimeo. 1952 Lexicostatistic Dating of Prehistoric Ethnic Contacts. Proceedings of the American Philosophical Society. This publication is significant for introducing his glottochronological method more formally. 1952 Salish Phonologic Geography. Language. 1952 Onolok and Proto-Eskimo series of articles, various parts. International Journal of American Linguistics. 1953 Mozan, A Problem of Remote Common Origin Parts I and II. International Journal of American Linguistics. 1954 Amerindian Non-Cultural Vocabularies. 1954 Time Depths of American Linguistic Groupings. American Anthropologist. 1955 Towards Greater Accuracy in Lexicostatistic Dating. International Journal of American Linguistics. 1955 Amerindian Non-Cultural Vocabularies Revised ed. 1955 with Edward Sapir Native Accounts of Nootka Ethnography. 1956 Los Otomes Hablemos en Castellano in Spanish, with A. Castro, J. Pedraza, E. Wallace. 1956 Juegos para Aprender Castellano in Spanish. 1957 Términos de Parentesco Comunes entre Tarasco y Zuni in Spanish. 1959 Linguistics as an Instrument of Prehistory. Southwestern Journal of Anthropology. Following this, Swadesh spent most of the remainder of his life teaching and conducting research in Mexico and Canada. In Mexico, he was appointed research professor of prehistoric linguistics at Universidad Nacional Autónoma de Mexico. He continued his work on indigenous languages, including the formation of analytical dictionaries for languages like Nahuatl and Purépecha, and also established a seminary for the study of Maya writing. He also published works like Tras la Hula Linguistic de la Prehistoria in Search of the Linguistic Footprint of Prehistory and El Lenguaje y la Vida Language and Human Life, the latter being a significant popularization of linguistic theory in Mexico. 1964 Linguistics as an Instrument of Prehistory. Proceedings of the 9th International Congress of Linguists. This may be a reprint or revised version of the 1959 article. 1966 Mesoamerican Linguistic Relationships. In Handbook of Middle American Indians. Morris Swadesh's later career was profoundly shaped by his expulsion from academia in the United States, which, while a personal hardship, paradoxically allowed him to dedicate himself more fully to his ambitious research agenda on the grand narrative of language. Moving to Mexico, where he found a more welcoming academic environment, particularly at the Universidad Nacional Autónoma de Mexico, he continued to pursue his lifelong fascination with the origins and relationships of languages on a global scale. His magnum opus, The Origin and Diversification of Language, published posthumously in 1971, stands as a testament to this unwavering commitment. This comprehensive work synthesized his theories and evidence regarding the evolution of human speech, from its earliest hypothetical stages to the vast diversity seen across modern languages. The book delved into how language structure, from basic sound systems to complex sentence structures, might have developed and diversified, arguing for a common origin for all human languages. Swadesh supported these far-reaching hypotheses with extensive exhibits or tabular data comparing linguistic features across numerous languages, aiming to provide empirical backing for his broad claims. Central to his methodology and, indeed, his enduring legacy, were the innovative techniques of glottochronology and lexicostatistics. Swadesh was not merely an advocate but a tireless refiner of these methods. Lexicostatistics is a quantitative approach to assessing the genealogical relatedness of languages. It involves comparing a core set of vocabulary items, the famous Swadesh list, across different languages to determine the percentage of shared cognates words descended from a common ancestor. The higher the percentage of shared cognates in this basic vocabulary, the more closely related the languages are presumed to be. Building upon lexicostatistics, glottochronology then attempts to assign absolute dates to the divergence of related languages. The underlying, and often debated, assumption of glottochronology is that core vocabulary changes at a relatively constant rate over time. By measuring the percentage of cognates retained between two languages from a Swadesh list and applying a calculated rate of retention, Swadesh aimed to estimate the time depth since those languages last shared a common ancestor. While both glottochronology and lexicostatistics have faced significant criticism and refinement since Swadesh's time, they represented a groundbreaking attempt to apply quantitative, scientific methods to historical linguistics, moving beyond purely qualitative comparisons. He tirelessly applied these methods to numerous language families, particularly indigenous languages of the Americas, seeking to uncover deep, often previously unrecognized, genetic relationships and to reconstruct ancient language families. Beyond these macro-level theories, Swadesh's immense body of work, comprising over 230 publications, demonstrates his profound engagement with virtually every subfield of linguistics. His writings spanned phonetics and phonology, the study of speech sounds and sound systems, including how sounds are produced, perceived, and organized within languages. His early work on the phonemic principle was particularly influential in American structural linguistics. Morphology, the study of word structure and how words are formed from smaller meaningful units, morphemes. Syntax, the study of sentence structure and the rules governing how words are combined to form phrases and sentences. Semantics, the study of meaning in language, including how words and sentences convey meaning. Pragmatics, the study of how context influences the interpretation of meaning, and how language is used in social interaction. Lexicon, the study of vocabulary and the complete set of words in a language. His development of the Swadesh list is a prime example of his contribution to lexical studies. His deep experience with over 20 languages was not merely a passive observation but an active engagement through extensive fieldwork, particularly with indigenous languages of the Americas. This hands-on understanding of linguistic diversity fueled his theoretical insights and allowed him to propose and test his bold hypotheses about language history and human prehistory. Despite the controversies surrounding some of his theories and methods, Morris Swadesh remains a pivotal figure in 20th-century linguistics, remembered for his innovative spirit, his tireless dedication to understanding the vast panorama of human language, and his pioneering attempts to bring quantitative rigor to historical linguistics. Morris Swadesh died on July 20, 1967, in Mexico City, at the age of 58. His death was due to a heart attack, cutting short a prolific career that had seen him contribute extensively to various fields of linguistics. Despite the controversies surrounding some of his later theories and the political obstacles he faced, he left behind a significant legacy in historical linguistics and the study of indigenous languages. References: Obituary, Morris Swadesh. American anthropologist. 1968. doi 10.1525 AA 1968.70.4.02/00070. Friedrich, Paul. February 19, 2014. The Princes of Naranja, an essay in anthro-historical method. University of Texas Press. p. 58. ISBN 978-0-292-76254-1. Roger Hilsman 2005. American Gorilla. Potomac Books. Pages 142 to 143. ISBN 978-1574886917. David H. Price 2004. Threatening Anthropology, McCarthyism and the FBI Surveillance of Activist Anthropologists. Duke University Press. Pages 102 to 105. ISBN 9780822385684. William Strasny, Morris Swadesh, Critical Essay, William Strasny website, accessed October 25, 2009. Sources: Esther Hill, Frank 2000. Interlingua Institute, A History. New York, Interlingua Institute. Self-published source: Newman, Stanley 1967. Morris Swadesh 1909–1967. Language. 43 Price, David H. November 1997. Anthropologists on Trial. Annual Meeting of the American Anthropological Association. Washington, D.C., St. Martin S. College. Archived from the original on March 21, 2016. Rulin, Merritt 1994. On the Origin of Languages, Studies in Linguistic Taxonomy. Stanford CA, Stanford University Press. Further reading. Antilla, Ramo 1972. An Introduction to Historical and Comparative Linguistics. New York, Macmillan. Antilla, Ramo 1989. Historical and Comparative Linguistics. Benjamins. Second edition of An Introduction to Historical and Comparative Linguistics. Harris, Zelig 1951. Methods in Structural Linguistics. Chicago, University of Chicago Press. Harris, Zelig 1960. Structural Linguistics. Republication of Methods in Structural Linguistics. Lounsbury, Floyd G. 1988. Recollections of the Works Progress Administration's Oneida Language and Folklore Project, 1938-41. In Campisi, Jack, Hawkman, Lawrence M. eds. The Oneida Indian Experience, Two Perspectives. Himes, Del H. ed. 1964. Language in Culture and Society. New York, Harper & Row. Himes, Del H. 1971. Morris Swadesh, From the First Yale School to World Prehistory. In Swadesh, Morris ed. The Origin and Diversification of Language. Chicago, Aldine Atherton. Lamb, Sidney M. Mitchell, E. Douglas, eds. 1991. Sprung from some common source, Investigations into the Prehistory of Languages. Stanford CA, Stanford University Press.
Mics on the floor where they drop like bombs. Faceless voices running all the cons. Digital whispers in a binary night. No light, no face, pure sound, no sight. Stories unfold in the dark, unscrolled. Echoes of silence, secrets untold. Waves crash loud in this audio cave. No light, no fame, just the sound we crave. Tune in, turn up, let the silence break. Raw, unfiltered, hear the earthquake. No mic needed, just the vibe that's real. Faceless words you can touch and feel. Hidden in shadows, voices untamed. No need for spotlight, no claim to fame. Just a beat of life in a stream of thought. Every word a punchline, no need to be taught. Just listen close, no visuals needed. Raw conversation, unprocessed, unseated. Feel the pulse in every sentence said. No distractions, just thoughts in your head. Whispers of the streets, rumbling through. Faceless yet vivid, a world in view. No mic, just souls, connecting in flow. Pure and raw, let the rhythm go. Pure and raw. Pure and raw. Silence break, raw, unfiltered, hear the earthquake. No mic needed, just the vibe that's real. Faceless words you can touch and feel. Tune in, turn up, let the silence break. Raw, unfiltered, hear the earthquake. No mic needed, just the vibe that's real. Faceless words you can touch and feel. Pure and raw.
Okay.